The high impact winter storm is just hours away from affecting Arkansas. I can already hear just outside my window the Arctic wind bringing in that cold air. Now, you have to have cold air in place prior to the precipitation for a significant event. And that's exactly what's happening. I have all the new model data for you. Very important information. How I think this is going to play out. A lot of information that I'm about to show you. So sit down and grab some popcorn. All right, this is a high impact winter event with dangerous travel for the entire state. Extreme cold, pets, pipes, and people. The last thing you want to do is have to call out a plumber in all of this. So make sure that you have your faucets dripping, insulate those pipes if you can, and open the cabinet doors, kitchens, and bathrooms to let the warmer air circulate underneath. Every single type of winter precipitation is likely in Arkansas starting late Friday, most of Saturday and into Sunday, although Sunday may be more snow than anything else. And we've been talking about this all week long. Talk to your kids about the frozen ponds. They're going to ice over a thin glaze of thin ice, and it's going to be easy to break and fall through. We don't want anybody being hurt and having a disaster. All right, so this is high resolution rapid refresh that we call, some people call it the HRR, I call it the HRRR, whatever you want to call it. All right, so this shows you the precipitation type. 11 o'clock Friday, the precipitation is moving in. This might be an hour or two slower. It may be a little further along than what's indicated here. The blue is snow. That peach color, whatever you want to call it, that's sleet. Again, that's what the computer model says. That's not necessarily the forecast. Remember that as I go through this. What's displayed here, that may not necessarily be the forecast. We may have this adjusted a little bit, but it's not that far off since we're close to the event. And this is freezing rain. I think that there will be sleet and freezing rain in here. But yeah, there will be some freezing rain. What we're hoping for is that the heaviest amounts of freezing rain are not realized in Arkansas. You don't want to see freezing rain amounts of 1/4 of an inch or higher, especially up to 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch. But I can't rule that out across some portions of southern Arkansas right in this location during the entire event, okay? Maybe as far north as Pine Bluff. That's something to really keep in the back of your mind. 3 o'clock Saturday morning. The models have been trending colder. Now, earlier in the week, they were cold, and they started coming back warmer. Now they're coming back colder, but not as cold as what they were earlier in the week. So this is overnight. That snow coming through central Arkansas, there's the narrow area of sleet. Let me tell you something. There is going to be a tremendously sharp gradient. And what I mean by that, in the snowfall amounts between the snow and the sleet, where you can go from a foot of snow in a short amount of distance, go south, and find barely any snow. That's so difficult to forecast. So that's 3 o'clock. I think we see some freezing rain and sleet mixed in here, but there's that band of sleet. Next time frame, 6 o'clock Saturday. Notice the battleground from West Memphis back towards Little Rock, towards Mena. This here is the greatest uncertainty, okay? So where you see this sleet line right here, it's right through the metro. Good luck on figuring this thing out exactly from hour to hour. But that sleet line right into there, let's just say that this is right. Let's say that this has got it perfect, which I can guarantee you it won't. But let's just say hypothetically that this is perfect. Just to the north of where that transition area is, wherever it sets up, I think that's where you see the heaviest band of snow and the heaviest snow. Will it be further north? Will it be further south? Watch for that. So that's 6 o'clock Saturday a.m. Remember, this is round number 1. We got 2 rounds coming through. There's sleet and ice across southern Arkansas. Okay, 9 o'clock. There's the battleground zone right over the metro. Could it be a little further south? Could it be a little further north? All snow, northern Arkansas, maybe a little sleet mixed in. This narrow area of sleet, and this is freezing rain and sleet. We don't want it to be pure freezing rain. We're hoping that this is mixing with sleet. Freezing rain, it's like a glazed donut, all right? That glaze, it just sticks to everything, whereas sleet is like sprinkles on a donut, and it just bounces off. Think of it that way, all right? I'm hungry too. All right, so this is noon Saturday, a more expansive area of sleet. Why? Because above our heads, it's warming. There's temperatures in central Arkansas and southern Arkansas going up. about 5, 6, 7,000 feet above our heads. So those temperatures are warming, which means less snow, more sleet, freezing rain, even central and southern Arkansas. So we want to watch this area especially for an ice storm. Hopefully it's more sleet, but I can't say that with 100% guaranteed certainty. Snow, northern Arkansas. That's noon Saturday. 3 p.m. Saturday, round one is still going, but it's showing signs of tapering off. And this is showing freezing rain going well towards the north and sleet mixed in here, snow. I think this is potentially some freezing rain. That's what I'm talking about. The freezing rain coming north with that warmer air aloft, that is of great concern. But we're hoping that it's sleet. All right, round two starts to come in. There will be a little pause. Round two starts to come in Saturday evening. This is very tough. I feel like the model, when the next run comes out, will start to trend colder because what's happening is that warmer air aloft is working in, and eventually that colder air will come back and change everything back to snow. But there could be a period of freezing rain, sleet mixed. Goodness, let's hope that there's sleet and freezing and sleet mixed in or all sleet. Snow northern, I think there's more snow across northern Arkansas at that point. But notice how the cold air starts to work back in aloft. We're not talking about the surface. It stays cold at the surface. There's no doubt about that. I'm talking about temperatures aloft. They start to cool. So we start to see that cold air aloft change the precipitation type. You have freezing rain, sleet, and snow. In my opinion, I think there's more snow here. All right. Now, this is the GFS because the ARRR only goes out that far right now. From noon to 6 p.m. Sunday, most of round two should be, the heaviest of it should be gone and moved off towards the east. But what you see here, because there's going to be a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, especially aloft, and you have the super cold air that's in place, that Arctic air is going to squeeze out all the available moisture. So you're going to see this has not really been talked much about in the forecast, but there's the potential for light snow and flurries for most of Sunday afternoon. And that could amount to more snow. Not much more. It'd be an inch or less, but there would be more snow with that. Also want to remind you, this is for non-emergencies. If you have an emergency on the interstate, call 911. We hope that you stay home. We have to have the roads cleared for doctors, for nurses, for emergency personnel. So please stay off the roads unless it is an emergency and you have to be somewhere. Please, for all the emergency workers that have to be out in this, make sure that they can do so. But star ASP star 277, Arkansas State Police, this is for non-emergency. If there's an emergency, of course, call 911. But let's say you slid off in a ditch. You're not hurt. There's no injuries, so that's not an emergency. And you slid off a ditch, you can't get out, and you don't know what to do. You need help. Star ASP. All right? I want everybody to keep that in mind. Kids, stay off the ponds. Have that discussion with your kids. Don't forget Arkansas Storm Team Live, 11 o'clock and 3 p.m. every day. And there will be more as needed. The Arkansas Storm Team app, that is free. Get that on your phone. We send updates all throughout the day and evening. This is it, folks. It's here. And the bitterly cold temperatures are going to get prolonged into the beginning of next week. We're talking about low temperatures in the metro near zero Monday morning and maybe even into Tuesday morning. And I think there's another batch of Arctic air coming late next week where there'll be moisture involved. Stay tuned. Anyway, as always, we can't thank you enough for trusting us, the Arkansas Storm Team, our 6 extraordinarily talented meteorologists. We have just an absolute wonderful team, and we want to thank you for coming to us. Thank you for trusting us. Our commitment to you is making sure you have the information to make informed decisions, and our goal is to make sure you, your family, your loved ones, and everybody stay safe. Thanks for your trust.